Next tonight, October is Black History Month and has become a great opportunity to celebrate the outstanding contribution that Black Britons have made in the UK. It's also a chance to look at how things are starting to change for the better, but sadly, sometimes far too slowly. For our series, Making History, Chloe Keedy spoke to Alexandra Wilson, a young Black barrister who's trying to change perceptions as she fights for justice.
On my way into work every morning, on the way to court, I think about not only the huge responsibility that I've been given and being trusted to represent people, but also I think one of the things that really drives me is the fact that I am starting to see change in the profession. And it really excites me to think that, in the next kind of 10 to 20 years, we might see a much more diverse bar.
Alexandra Wilson was called to the bar in 2018. Her dream job has been both what she hoped for and what she dreaded.
I came to the bar thinking it was going to be an elite institution that wasn't very diverse, and unfortunately it is still like that. It's getting better at the really, really junior end, and we're starting to be more representative of society. But the problem is that we're not keeping those diverse people in our industry.
But Alex tells me it's not just the numbers that need to change, it's attitudes.
The best way to kickstart that is by actually having anti-racist training led by people who understand what systemic racism is. I remember a very senior barrister approaching me in one of the robing rooms and telling me that he felt that in diversity being encouraged in the judiciary, that was compromising quality. In one day, I was mistaken for a defendant by professionals 3 times in one day. And for me, it's a symptom of a much bigger issue that Black people in the UK are still being over-criminalised.
Earlier this year, Alex set up an organisation called Black Women in Law.
So that provides, a support network, but also provides networking opportunities and mentoring for younger Black women so that they don't have to go through some of the stuff that we've been through.
Do you see this as a moment of change?
I do. I think that now the world is listening. It's not just about whether or not people use racial slurs or actively discriminate. We need to recognise that there's a systemic bias, and we need to start actively tackling that. It shouldn't just fall on Black people or just on minority groups. I think everyone needs to step forward and be committed to actually seeing change, and then things will happen at a better pace.